So, when can we all go back to the movies?
Well, some cinemas actually opened in Adelaide yesterday, so the people in South Australia are already getting back to the cinema. It's a staggered opening across a lot of states with different protocols depending on state governments. But at a HOYTS level at this stage, we are aiming to be open by July 2nd, which is the school holidays throughout the country.
Where's that, Damian?
We're going to be opening July 2nd.
Nationwide, though, is that?
Nationwide is the plan at this stage.
Okay.
It is fluid, obviously. There's been a lot of different protocols in different states. Victoria have announced they will limit 50 people in a cinema. Various states are coming up with their own interpretations of what the rules will be. Obviously, from a cinema perspective, at a national association level and at a HOYTS level specifically, we've got an incredible number of protocols in place to try and create the safest possible environment for our workers and our customers.
Okay, well, just elaborate on that. What are the protocols?
Well, a lot of the things that you'll be seeing in a lot of these kind of businesses, a lot of social distancing guidelines, front of house. We'll be exercising checkerboard seating with spaces between seats for people who aren't part of the same party. We'll be obviously doing a lot more cleaning between sessions with soap and water on the seats after each session to make sure that they're clean as possible for patrons. So really creating an environment where people feel safe and secure. And I think while the community transfer of the virus is very low, people are feeling increasingly safe to go out and socialise a little bit more, although maintaining the correct level of sanitisation, cleanliness, and a bit of social distancing.
So is there any reason why it wouldn't be before July 2? I mean, you did mention that South Australia's already up and running in some capacity, but is it looking like it will be uniform across all states from July 2?
No, not really. Each state obviously has got various protocols, but the biggest issue with the movie industry is that we really are a global industry and we're reliant on content from the big studios in Hollywood. So we can't effectively really get back to full operation capacity until the majority of cinemas in the US and Europe and across the world are open. And they're also doing a gradual reopening at this stage through July. But as we're seeing, the infection rates in those parts of the world are a lot higher. So movie studios are a little bit nervous about releasing some of their big new content. So for the school holidays, we'll be really running a lot more family-related product and a number of movies that were on the screen when we shut down in late March.
Yeah, and I would have thought that there might be a backlog too of movies because, they haven't been released. How difficult have a lot of the smaller chains been doing it, Damian?
Look, it's been a massively challenging time for the whole industry. I mean, going to the cinema, we have about 90 million admits a year in Australia. It's the #1 out-of-home entertainment occupation, and we've basically been shut now for the best part of 3 months. So it really has been difficult. JobKeeper has definitely helped the industry. It's been a great initiative by the government. We've been having some interesting discussion with landlords. Obviously, cinemas lease a lot of their properties. So there's been a lot of cash burnt in the industry. So it will take a period of recovery, and we're hoping that Australians, when they do feel safe and the content is right, that they will embrace the movie-going experience once more.
Are things going to have to be more expensive, like popcorn and whatever, just to make up for the losses?
I think probably the opposite. When we open our doors, particularly during school holidays, we're looking at being as value-driven as we can to get people back into cinema. So we'll probably be offering some cheap tickets to families.
Well,